Good morning students. Welcome all of you to today's class. Today we will discuss on opening entry transactions related to goods, then subsidiary books. Okay, so first we'll go to the opening entry. What do you mean by opening entry? So what is opening entry? Just discuss the meaning. Entries which a business pass at the beginning of each year is known as opening entry. So opening entry means, from the name itself you can understand, these entries we used to pass at the beginning of each year. So 1 year close, you know, the accounting period from April 1st to 31st March. So one accounting year, so it is closing on 31st March. Again the 1st April the new financial year will start. So that is known as the beginning of the academic year, opening. So it contains the balance of previous year items of assets and liabilities. So in the opening entry, actually what we have to pass is regarding the remaining items, whatever left out items at the end of the day of assets and liabilities, because all other expenditures, incomes, everything we close out in the profit and loss account. It is closed, all other accounts will close, but we cannot close assets and liabilities because assets are the properties of business, you know. We cannot consume it within 1 year. That will be there for a long period of time. Example, land, building, machinery, furniture, plant, all these items we have kept in the business, and its value will appear continuously in the balance sheet. When it is sold out, then it will disappear. Otherwise, if it is available in the business, we have to show that items on the asset side. Just like that, liabilities also, whatever liabilities are there in the business which is not paid yet, that items will be remaining. So we have to put it, or we have to carry forward it to the next year. Okay, so this way we have to calculate what are the assets, liabilities are remaining in the business, and just we have to pass it over to the next year, and the next year business will start with these items. Then we'll again purchase, again sales, again we make other expenditures, again we make incomes. All those things will happen as usual. Again next year will finish by 31st March. Like this continues, this will going on. Okay, so it contains the balance of previous year items of assets and liabilities. All assets will be debited and all liabilities will be credited. So remember, all assets have a debit balance. So in the rule you remember, I think, when we purchase an asset we have to debit it. Furniture purchased, furniture account debtor to cash. Machinery purchased, machinery account debtor to cash. Plant purchased, plant account debtor to cash. So in all this situation, what is debited is asset name is debited. Okay, so always asset have a debit balance. Whatever assets are there, it appear on the debit side. That we will study ledger accounts and all later. That time you will understand it. Then all liabilities have credit balance. Okay, so asset increase debit, liabilities increase credit. So what increase, that is the real balance of that account. Okay, so asset always have a debit balance, liabilities always have a credit balance. If the total of, now opening entry we have to pass, because next year we are going to continue our business with the previous year's closing balance of assets and liabilities. So next year opening date we pass a journal entry for all these remaining items. That is called opening entry. Okay, so here I told you assets have a debit balance, liabilities got credit balance. So all assets will be debited, all liabilities will be credited in the opening journal entry. Now when you write these assets debited, liabilities credited, you know assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. You know the accounting equation or balance sheet equation we already studied. It should tally always. Assets equal to liabilities, both should tally. Okay, but sometimes when you pass this journal entry, it won't tally. So we have to find out which side is not tallying. Either debit side may be less than the credit side, means assets may be less than the liabilities, or liabilities may be lesser than the assets. So that we have to find out, and then that difference figure, because we have to tally it, we cannot leave it like that. One side is asset side is coming 1 lakh, liability side is coming 2 lakh, so we cannot leave it like that. Always it should tally both the side when you pass journal entry also. So that is the double entry system of accounting, you know. It should be equal always. So if it is not tallying, then if the total of asset side is less than the total of liability side, then we have to write that item, that a difference amount you have to put in which account? Goodwill account. Okay. But if the total of liability side is less, then we put the balance in the another account named capital reserve account. So this you have to remember. So usually when you solve a question, it won't tally. The asset side is not tallying, means it is lesser than the liability side, you put it on the goodwill account. Or liability side is not tallying, you have to put it in the capital reserve account. Okay. So goodwill is an asset, you know, intangible assets. So more amount has to come on the asset side, means that we can assume that that is the amount of goodwill only. Or if liability side is showing lesser amount, means we have a capital reserve. Okay. Now we'll discuss a question. So here you can see some assets are there: cash 8,000, bank balance 20,000, stock 54,000, debtors 47,000, machinery 60,000. These are the assets. Liabilities: creditors 20,000, capital 2 lakh. Okay. So here how to write the journal entry? Here all assets you have to debit. So just I can show it here. Yeah. So asset side, what are the items to be debited? First you have to write for cash account debtor. Then bank balance, so bank account debtor. Okay, space may not be there. Then stock also debtor. Just understand what I am saying. Then what? Debtors account debtor. Okay, so like this all account, machinery account also there, so that also we can write. So once again I show this in this blank page. What you have to write is cash account debtor, cash account debtor, then bank account debtor, bank account debtor, then stock account debtor, then debtors account debtor, machinery account debtor. So all assets, what you have to do, you have to debit. Okay. Now amount you have to put. Cash account is 8,000, bank account is 20,000, stock 54,000, debtors 47,000, then machinery 60,000. So all these items debited. Now what we have to credit is all the liabilities. Okay. Yeah. So liabilities, what are the liabilities? To capital, to creditors. So these are the liabilities. The amount is creditors capital is 2 lakhs, creditors 20,000. So this is the position. Now just like this you have to put all the assets on the debit side and all the liabilities on the credit side. Now you total it, 8,000 plus 20 plus 54 plus 47 plus 60 machine. So this side total, this asset side total will come 1 lakh 89. Just a rough note, you don't write inside this column, okay, just to show you I am writing 1 lakh 89. Credit side total how much? 2 lakh 20,000 is there. So credit side is more than debit side. Now how will make it equal? What difference is coming, that you put on this debit side, so it will be equal. So what is the difference now? 2 lakh 20 minus 1 lakh 89,000. So 31,000 is the difference is coming. Correct, no? Remember, this you don't write here, this working note. Okay, आप एक दूसरा पेज में करके देखो. Okay, now this difference is coming on debit side. Debit side is lesser than credit side. Credit side is 2 lakh 20, but debit side is 1 lakh 89. So difference what you have to write, this only I told you that you have to write where goodwill account. Okay, that the difference you have to write in goodwill 31,000. Okay, if suppose the credit side total is not tallying, that you have to write capital reserve, that only the difference. Okay, so this way we have to make it tally. This is what about opening entry. So you should know this, what is opening entry. Just for that we discussed this. Okay, now we'll discuss one important thing. We are going to the other topic. So opening entry over, that much only. Where difference is coming, that is important. But when you solve some other question, difference may be coming, or the liability side may be, credit side may be lesser than the debit side. So that time you have to put the balance on the liability side. That only the difference. Now we'll go to some special transactions related to goods. Okay, so here goods, you know, goods are very important item in the business. Goods are the things the business mainly dealing with. That is called what? Goods. So assets and goods are different, that always you understand. Assets are not for sale, it is for use in the business, but goods are for sale and to earn revenue, income. The main source of revenue of the business is what? Purchase and sale of goods. So here goods transactions, drawings in goods. Sometimes the proprietor will take some goods for his personal purpose. So we know that, we passed journal entry, we studied that in the previous class. What if the proprietor takes money from the business for his personal use? It is called what? Drawings. So we write drawings account debtor to cash. Now if the proprietor is taking goods from the firm, suppose clothes shop owner taking clothes for his children or his family members, so therefore that he will not pay money to the firm, so he is taking for himself. Then what adjustment, or how it will affect the business, which account will be affected? Or the hotel owner taking food for his family members, so how it will affect the business? We know that business property and business dealings, business money, that should be separate from the owner's property. You should not mix the personal property with the business property. Okay, so how to deal with this? So goods given as charity. So first journal entry, first I will tell. So if the owner is taking goods from the business, we know that it is for personal purpose. So what account will be opened? Drawings account debtor to purchase. Okay, which account? Drawings account debtor to purchase. Why purchase is credited? Because purchase will reduce. When we purchase goods, you know, purchase goods for cash, what is the journal entry? Purchase account debtor to cash. This is the journal entry. So we are here, what we did, purchase account is debited. But now when the owner is taking away the goods, the purchase account is credited. Why? Because the purchase account decrease. Okay, decrease in purchase account. So when purchase happens, it should be debited. Increase in purchase, debit. But means increase in expense, so it is debited. But when it is decreasing, when he withdraw goods, the purchase account will decrease, so that it should be credited. Okay. So second is goods given as charity. Sometimes the business people take some goods from his business and donate to orphanages or to poor people or the natural calamities affected areas. For them they contribute something from their business. So that type of situations where they show how the account will be affected. So that time it is not for the personal use of the owner. So drawings account we cannot open. So we open another account, that is called what? Charity account debtor to purchase. So it is called what? Charity account. So one new account will be opened. Again credit will be what? Purchase only, because here also the goods or the purchase account, when we purchase goods, which account will be opened? Purchase. So that account is decreasing, that is why charity account debtor to purchase. Okay. Now third situation is goods distributed as free sample. Sometimes we goods distributed free sample when customers comes, usually during these exhibitions, logos and all that type of things, they'll give you samples, ye try karke dekho karke, they will ask you to try for it. But how it will affect or which account will affect for that person, it is not free of cost, like they must have they already spend money for that. So free sample when they give, so which account will be open? Debit. This debit account is important. Credit always is purchase only, that you can see here. First entry also purchase, here also purchase, here also purchase. But when free sample distribution, that is part of what? Advertisement of their product. Okay. So that is why advertisement expense account will be opened. Okay. So I think this understood. So these three things you remember: drawings in goods, goods given away as charity, then goods distributed as free sample. So these three things remember. In all this situation, purchase is credited, and according to the situation you have to debit the account. So drawings in goods means for personal use, drawings account debited. Goods given as charity, charity account is debited. Goods distributed as free sample, advertisement expense account is debited. Reason understood, I think. Okay. Now fourth case, loss of goods by fire. Now any fire occurred suddenly or anything happened or theft happened, then what happened? Goods lost, matlab our goods got reduced. So where you will show this one, this effect. So that time also you have to open a account, that is called what? Loss by fire. Loss of goods by fire account or loss of goods by theft account. What happened? That reason account you can open. Here also purchase only credited. Okay. Purchase account is credited. Now here loss of goods means it is little different from other three cases. Okay. This drawings, goods giving as charity or distributing as free sample, that knowingly the owner is doing. Owner knew about that what he is doing. But loss means unexpected thing, that is a part of risk which is affecting the business. Okay. So loss of goods means usually business people insure their products, properties, insure their goods against fire or against theft and all. They insure the products. Suppose insurance is taken for the goods, see, this insurance is applicable not for these first three cases, only for loss. So in case goods were insured, so if suppose they already insured the goods, then what entry we have to pass? Insurance company will give amount to us, no? So that time what we have to write? Due entry first we have to pass insurance company account debtor to loss by theft or fire. So if in case the goods are insured, okay, then we have to pass what? Insurance company account debtor to loss by fire. Now you see here the loss by fire account is debited, this one. Now that one got credited, means this account closed. One side you debit, and in another journal entry that same item you credit, then it nullify the effect, that means it becomes zero. Okay. Now insurance company has taken the risk, not our risk. Now if full amount when you receive from the insurance company, then what you have to write? insurance company account, bank account debtor to insurance company. So first what we write, first we have to close the loss by fire account through insurance company account because the goods is insured. Now here you see this insurance company account is opened in the debit. Here suppose the insurance company is paying you the full amount of money, 60,000 lost, 60,000 they have compensated insurance company. Then what we write, bank account debtor to insurance company. Here you see insurance company's debit here, now it is credited. So what happened, this insurance company also got cancelled. That means after receiving money, insurance company also zero, matlab no effect on that. Understood? So when we open an account and when we pass an opposite effect of that account will be closed. Okay, so that way it will go, because loss happen if no insurance company, that loss account only stand forever. But to compensate that loss, insurance company is coming. So now you have to cancel the loss and to open insurance company account. That's why insurance company came. Next, insurance company when gives money, now insurance company's role also gone, so it should be cancelled. Now who is standing? Bank is standing, matlab paisa mil gaya, we got money. That is the ultimate purpose of this, doing all these things. No, because when money received, the purpose is over. So another situation is if the insurance company does not admit the full claim. Suppose if the insurance company is not admitting the full claim, suppose 60,000 loss, insurance company after their valuation is there, they will company people will come and value the loss whatever happened. So they are saying we can give you only 50,000. So there what happened, 10,000 loss for us again. They are not giving the full amount of loss. So 50,000 they agreed. Actual loss is 60,000. So then what we write, bank account debtor, the loss which is not covered by insurance company will go to profit and loss account, because all loss ultimately will go where, all expense losses everything will go to the profit and loss account. So profit and loss account will open, then insurance company. Okay, so this is the difference. Suppose bank insurance company 50,000 diya, 10,000 not given, so 10,000 will go to profit and loss account, then total insurance company 60,000. Okay, so this way we will pass the journal entry. So loss of goods by fire or theft, you see whether the goods are insured or not. If it is insured, insurance company will cover the loss. If the insurance company cover the full loss, just once again here I say, if the insurance company is covering the full loss, then what you have to write, example I told you 60, so 60,000, 60,000 bank account debtor to insurance company. Suppose they are ready to give us only 50,000, so in bank we write 50 only we received, what actually received is 50. So हमारा loss कितना, 10,000 loss. So insurance company we write 60,000. Okay, so this insurance company 60 and this insurance company 60 will got cancelled. Understood? Now what is remaining is in our bank 50,000 जो मिल गया, that will be there, and this loss will be there in the P&L account. Okay, so this way you have to think and write what is the situation. So accountancy is such a subject, you have to practically उसके बारे में सोचना है. Stand in the position of a business owner. You think, imagine like that you are a business owner, then you write so that you will understand. Never stand in the place of a customer. You always stand in the position of a business owner and think practically about it. Okay, then the concepts will be clear. Okay, now we'll go to one question. So related to this one question we'll write, past journal entries for the following. So proprietor withdrew for his personal use cash rupees 20,000 and goods worth rupees 10,000. So personal use के लिए cash लेके गया 20,000 का, our goods he has taken 10,000. Okay, now goods for rupees 50,000 were given away as charity. He has given 50,000 goods as charity के लिए दे दिया. So Actually the sales price, that goods if you sell, if he sells, he will get 60,000, but he has given it for 50,000 charity, matlab 50,000 only he is considering. Okay, so how we will write that also we have to check. Now goods worth rupees 25,000 were distributed as free sample. 25,000 का goods free sample दे दिया. Goods worth rupees 50,000 and cash rupees 20,000 were stolen by an employee. One employee, employees also human causes. Employees also do like this, no? They have doing all this malpractice, cheating and all. So 50,000 and 20,000 he has taken. Goods worth 1 lakh were destroyed by fire. Fire हुआ, so 1 lakh destroyed, and insurance company admitted the claim and paid 60% amount. So 1 lakh is the loss, 60% paid. That means 60,000 they agreed to pay, remaining 40,000 is loss for the business. Okay, now how will pass the journal entry, just will discuss. Okay, so I just explain, you write in the format. Okay, journal format. I am not writing in the format, just I will explain you here. Okay, so first is what? Proprietor withdrew for his personal use cash rupees 20,000, goods worth rupees 10,000. So first is for personal use, he is taking some goods. So what, which account will be open? Drawings account. Better. Drawings account debtor. 2, he has taken cash also, goods also. So for cash we write to cash, for goods we write to purchase. Okay, so amount also will write 30,000, cash 20,000, goods purchase account will write 10,000. Okay, so narration you have to write what? Goods taken, goods and cash withdrawn by the proprietor. So what happened incident there, that transaction effect you write here. Okay, so I'm not writing because video length will be more, then GB also will be more, that's why. Okay, uploading will be very difficult. Okay, now second one again, goods rupees 50,000 were given away as charity. So sale price 60,000. Sale price we will not see. So charity account. Second case what we write? Charity account debtor to what? Purchase. This is what I told you. Purchase account will be credit goods. So that amount is 50,000 debit, 50,000 credit. Now debit credit means you know, I think, remember it, we already studied journal. Now third is goods worth rupees 25,000 were distributed as free sample. Free sample when we give, which account will be opened? Advertisement account debtor to what? Purchase. Again purchase, free sample. How much? 25,000. 25,000, here also 25,000. Okay, now here fourth one, goods worth rupees 50,000 and cash 20,000 were stolen by an employee. Employee these two items, goods also, cash also. So what will write? Loss by theft account debtor to what? Purchase. Goods also gone, so you have to write purchase. Don't write, never write goods. Okay, write purchase account. So 2, then cash also he has taken, stolen, not taken. Yeah, so here two items we write. Purchase goods, so how much? 50,000. Sorry, here I write 50,000. Then cash he has taken 20,000. So how much will come total in theft? 70. 1000. So when two items comes, that two items you write first, then totally 10 write in the opposite account. Okay. Now 5 is goods worth 1 lakh. This is not insured. Theft, against theft they have not insured, so no insurance amount will get. That is a loss for the business only. So next is goods worth rupees 1 lakh were destroyed by fire. Insurance company admitted and paid claim for 60% amount. Okay. So insurance company admitted the claim now. So loss by fire. First we have to do what happened there, that we have to open an account. Loss by fire account debtor to purchase. Remember, in all situation write narration. Without narration, all of you are sending narration, so that is not good. You have to write narration. Narration is nothing. You have to write here what goods lost by fire. Okay, ho gaya. Now this insurance company so that part also over. Now journal. So journal, whatever we were discussing was about journal. So different situations of journal we tried and studied. Normal journal entries we discussed, opening journal entries, then special journal entries related to goods also now we discussed. Now I think you remember in the previous class I told you books of original entry and subdivisions of journal, because if you pass journal entries like this, then how long we write like this, all journal date wise, it so many books we need or account details we have to open and keep. So in order to make it easy, we have classified the journal into different classifications or under different heads. Means the same nature of items you can put inside that particular journal, so that we can save our time and it will be easy for reference also afterwards. So what I told you now, what all journal entries you did in the last class also, when 1 year over, so many number of journal entries will be there. So after this, making ledger account also will be very difficult. So in order to make it easy, or to clarify the or to make it easy for the business, or to make more clarification, what we can do, we can divide the journal into different subsidiaries of journal, that is called what, subsidiaries books. Okay, so mainly these are the subsidiary books you have to study this year. Okay, So main subsidiary book is what? Cash book. So any organization, any business organization you take, this cash book will be a main book in any business. Okay. So this cash book have different types. Single column cash book, double column cash book, triple column cash book also there, but it is not in your syllabus. That is when we are not including that. Then petty cash book. Okay, so like this different petty cash book. Then we have purchase day book, sales day book, purchase return day book, sales return day book. So these are the different subsidiary books or journal. Okay, so these books will study one by one. So cash book today we will discuss that also. Single column cash book. So now what is the use of these subsidiary books? Now whatever cash related items, cash related journal entries, suppose you know when you purchase goods, purchase account added to cash, sold goods, cash account added to sales, rent paid, rent account added to cash, salary paid, salary account added to cash. So like this, whenever wherever bank or cash is involved, you can write all those items. No need to pass journal entry separate. All those items you can put inside what? This cash book. Okay, so single column means only one amount column will be there, only cash column will be there. The double column means there will be cash column, cash one amount column, and bank column also will be there, because cash and bank are almost same. So when you do, if you want to pay money to someone, you can give direct cash also, or you can transfer through his account. You can pay from your account to that person's account. So that is called bank. So bank and cash, these two items are very important items in business. So if bank is involved for the payment or receipt, bank column you have to include. So any organization you take without a bank, no transaction is happening. Moreover, nowadays everything through online transaction it is happening. So we must need bank column. So first we will study without a bank column, that is called single column cash book. Only cash transaction will be there. Then next is what? Double column cash book. Okay. Then petty cash book, when we study all these books, that time I will discuss. Now we'll go to single column cash book. So here you can see the format of single column cash book. Single column cash book, how to make. This is actually one T side, T form. T form means one debit side, another credit side. So this is debit, DR we write. This one is credit. Okay. So here date, particulars, voucher number, then ledger folio number. When we make ledger, where that ledger is appearing, that page number we write. Voucher number, you know, source document or voucher, that number we can mention. Then amount. Okay, so debit side over. Then again credit side is a repetition of all these columns only. So again date, particulars, again voucher number, LF, amount. Okay, so that is why T format means one full side for debit, another full side for credit. Okay, so this is divided here. Date, particulars, amount, date, particulars, amount. VN and LF if needed we can include. So format if it is there, so you can include and write. Okay, so we'll go to a question for today's discussion. Simple question we'll discuss first. So some transactions are given there. Now usually when you see this type of transaction, what do you have to do? You have to pass the journal entry what we studied. So this cash book also is journal. Okay, remember cash book also journal, but it is not a journal what we studied, like we have to prepare in this format. So what are the transactions here? Just we see. Commenced business with cash rupees 20,000. 20,000 he started business. March 2nd bought goods for cash. He purchased goods for cash. Next 5th sold goods for cash. Then goods purchased from Ravi on credit. So remember, credit transactions will come in the cash book? No. Cash book is only for cash transactions. Remember, credit transaction you cannot write in cash book. Next is paid to Ravi rupees 7,000. So paid means cash is involved. Cash sales means sold goods. Furniture purchased for office, that also for money only. Paid wages, paid means cash is there. Paid rent, what paid? Cash paid. Received a commission, what received? You commission received in the form of cash. Then withdrew for personal purpose rupees 1,000. So owner has taken 1,000 rupee, that also money he has taken. Paid salary, salary paid. So all these cash transactions now you have seen. Okay, now we'll check how we'll write in the cash book. Okay, so I'll show that in the video. Okay, first is we'll discuss the cash book. So this is the format I made. Just you can see date particulars, VNLF amount, again date particulars, and credit side also VNLF amount. Okay, then this is debit, TR we can write. This is credit. Okay, now first transaction you can see March 1st commenced business with the cash. So what is the journal entry? Cash account debtor to capital. See here, cash is already here. So when how we have written in the previous classes, like that you don't write. Cash, this is what cash account. So cash aspect no need to write again because common heading is there for cash. Now what you have to write is the opposite aspect of that cash. Okay, for example, first one I will write here just to show you. So first commenced business with the cash. Journal entry means what we write, cash account debtor to capital. Okay, so now this cash is common, heading is there. So don't write cash inside this account. So whatever account you prepare, that account name never appear inside the account. So what is opposite to this cash? Capital. Okay, so cash account, what happened here? Debited. So this capital amount you have to write on the debit side. Actually this capital is credit debit, that meaning is different. Okay, but which account is debit? We are preparing which account? Cash account we are preparing. So that account balance is what? Debit. So that side you have to put this item. Okay, now capital, otherwise you can think whatever comes in 2 आया तो this 2 wala you have to write on the debit side. So what I will do now, I will write the date 2012 March 1. Okay, 2, what will I write? 2 capital. So how I read? Cash account debtor to capital. Understood? Cash no need to write again. Cash is common for everyone. For both the side cash is already standing there. So cash account debtor to capital, how much amount? 20,000. Here voucher number LF and all not there, so just you can leave that. Okay. Now next is bought goods for cash. So when we purchase goods, what we write? Purchase account debtor to cash. Okay, that also I will write here and show you. Actually when you understand this, no need to write. Just the first time we are doing, no, that's why. Purchase account debtor to cash. See here, here 2 is coming what? Cash itself coming as 2. So what is the opposite to cash? Purchase. So when like this comes, here what happened? Cash come credit kiya. Cash is standing on the credits. So this purchase you have to put where? On the credit side. That means you have to write buy purchase. These items opposite to cash is standing where? On the debit, that you have to put on the credit side of cash book. So credit side is different, this debit credit is different. Okay, that understand clearly. So cash is credited here, so this opposite item should go to the credit side. Okay, now cash you don't write, you know cash we should not write. So what you have to write is what? Second, what is the date? March 2nd. By, so what you write on the credit side you have to put by word. What you write on the debit side? 2 already there in the journal entry. So by purchase what? 5,000. Okay, so that over. Now sold goods for cash. Sold goods for cash means now you understood I think. What we write? Sold goods cash account debtor to sales. So now what to do? Cash is common standing. Two sales opposite to cash. What is there? Two sales is there. So that two part will go where? Debit side. So we write what? Two on fifth. Two sales. How much? 4,000. Okay. So one more simple thing I tell you for cash book. Okay, other account you cannot do like this. Cash book के लिए if money has received by the business, then you can write on the debit side. If money is paid, then you can write on the credit side. When we purchase, money paid, but capital money आ गया. Money is received in the business. Cash received by the business. Sales also we are receiving money. So whenever we receive, it should be on debit side. When we pay, it is credit side, because cash book is serve the purpose of journal and ledger when we study. So this is actually ledger format is this. So when we study ledger, you understand it very clearly. Now also you can understand, no problem. Okay. So this way you have to write. Now goods purchased from Ravi on credit. So that transaction will not appear. Already I told you, because goods purchased on credit is credit transaction. Credit transactions you should not write inside the cash book. Now paid to Ravi 13th. So paid to Ravi means what is the journal entry? Paid, no? So where it will come? Buy side. So paid to Ravi means what we write? Ravi account debtor to cash. Cash is going. So remember, for cash, when we receive cash, cash will be debited. When we pay cash, cash will be credited. Okay. So when if you are receiving cash, cash should be debited. If you are paying cash, cash should be credited. There are other aspect according to the question. Now paid to Ravi means Ravi and cash are the two aspects. So cash is going out. So credit. Who should be debited? Ravi. So what you have to write in cash book? Cash book by Ravi will come. So this will go to the credit side. So date is March 13 by Ravi. By Ravi 7,000 amount. 7,000 amount. Okay, now cash sales. Cash sales means already sales is coming debit side only. Cash account debtor to sales. So 15. So cash account debtor to sales. How to read? Cash account debtor to capital. Cash account debtor to sales. Again cash account debtor to sales. But when you read this side, what to say? This item you say first. Purchase account debtor to cash. Ravi account debtor to cash. Understood? So two sales, how much amount? 8,000. Now purchased furniture for your office use. So we purchased what? Furniture. So furniture account debtor to cash. So buy furniture. Buy furniture on 18th. March 18th, buy furniture 6,000. Okay. Now 20th, paid wages. So paid wages means paisa money is going out. So this side only will come. Paid wages means wages account debtor to cash. So March 20 wages. So buy wages. So buy also you write here buy. Buy wages. How much? 380. Again paid rent. So what will come? Buy rent. Buy rent 400. Rent 400. Now received commission. So commission we received means commission cash account debtor to commission. So when cash is debited, come to the debit side. When cash is credited, go to the credit side. Understood, no? So cash account debtor to commission. So to commission. For the first time, it may be little difficult for you to understand, but it is very easy actually. So just you remember the previous classes what we studied. That's why I already told you, if you don't know how to write journal, no, then you can't study it afterwards also. So thoroughly understand the journal first. Then next is withdrew for personal use. So he has taken money for personal use. Personal use means which account? Drawings. So by drawings. Entry is what? Drawings account debted to cash. So cash credited, that's why we are putting on the credit side 1000 rupees. Now paid salary, again what will come? Salary to cash by salary. Salary 900. So if you analyze these items, what I told you, you can understand. When we paid money, you put on the credit side. Purchase, money paid. Ravi paid. Furniture, for furniture we paid money. Wages paid. Rent paid. Drawings, proprietor, he has taken money, so that also equal to payment. Salary paid. Okay, so when cash is going out, you have to put on the credit side. When cash is received in the business, by the business, so you have to put on the debit side. Now after doing this, what you have to do? You have to total both the side. Okay, then next you see which side is coming more. Now here I'm not totaling and all, you can, I will total it just. Okay, here this side is coming more. This side, debit side is coming more, that is 32,600. So that side you total it. You see what I am doing. So total हो गया debit side. अभी the same amount you have to bring to the credit side, one space छोड़कर. So 32,600. Now this side is lesser than this side, so which side is more, that side first you have to total. So here debit side is total, so I totaled it 32,600. Then I have taken it to the credit side. Now you have to minus, this side is coming, I think 20,680 is coming. Okay, 32,600, this 20,680 you can minus. So what will come? 11,920 will come on the credit side. So this is the balance cash available by balance carried down. C bar D, by balance carried down. Okay, now next month, so March month over, March 31st tak we have written. Now this is for 1 month cash book. Now when you start next month, after this total column, actually this we have to extend the lines. After this is standing now where? Credit side. So this balance we have to brought down on the debit side. So to balance brought down, B bar D, how much? 11,920. So then again whatever transactions there will continue for April month. So like this it will continue for all months. Okay, so this way we have to make the cash book. So this is the format and how to put the items in the cash book, just to go through this. Okay, so I hope you understood. If any doubt is there, you can ask frankly, no problem. Okay, so this much only for today's discussion. So solve all these questions and understand it properly. Whatever I am showing in video, it's just like a working notes, and you make it in proper what format and write it neatly. Okay, working notes and all, you can put a heading working notes, and that you can show afterwards after the account. Okay, now this much only. Actually the little lengthy class, I included this topic also, so you can watch it and understand. Thank you so much. Bye, take care.